Woo! We are live. Yay! It's my favorite day of the week. It is Friday. It is Friday. The reason it is my favorite day of the week, if you are just joining us for the first time. So I struggle with my energy levels and fatigue, and on a Friday, I take the day off, I put my feet up, and I watch a lot of comedy to just rest and make sure that I have like banked up all of my energy for our session. And yeah, we have a lot of fun in here. I can guarantee who's going to be showing up each week. I know exactly who's there and who I'm chatting to, so I absolutely love it. Hello, I am seeing people joining us. Please, if even if you're on the replay, please say hello because I know then that you've been watching it and you've seen it. And if you are joining me right now, make sure if you haven't previously done it to click the StreamYard link in the description of the post, because then that means I'll be able to see your name whenever you leave a comment and I can just like select the comment and look, there it is. There's Sandra saying hi. Hello, Sandra. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, is that you, Lita? Gotta hit that StreamYard link, love. Otherwise, I don't know who's talking to me. But hello and welcome. I'm very excited for today's session. I even brought tea. Hi, Lisa. Hello, welcome. I think so. If you've been with us before, I have changed the way these appear this week, and I think I might go back to the way it was on account of me not being able to see. Okay, well then I'm guessing this is Rachel. Hey, Rachel. Hey, Yulita. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you so much. Okay, so I will take that off, and yeah, so I might switch back to the other brand because, or the bigger banner, so that we can see your pictures a little bit better and all the rest. So I'm just gonna have a sip of tea. Be careful, kids. Hello, Jackie, and welcome, welcome. Even if you are watching this on the replay, you can add a hashtag replay. Just say hello because I love knowing that even though we have tons of fun in these lives, that you are getting something out of it later on, and like it's worth it. And we're building up a wee library of these sessions, and especially today, I'm very excited because I love to journal. And I know I've mentioned this podcast before, but Mortified podcast, it is so funny. It is adults getting on stage, reading from their teenage diaries, and just dying the death. Rachel, the Texas heat is melting the crayons that she won. Oh my goodness. I think, oh, well, I'm pretty sure that I ordered those, so I will make sure that I get the screenshot sent to you. And if I didn't, I'm so sorry, it slipped my mind. Things have been hectic in Belfast this week, if you have seen the news. So, thank you so much for joining us. And I'm just going to jump right in because, oh, sorry, rolling away. If you have ever struggled to deal with incredibly complex emotions, feelings of unease, difficult situations, even if you are an empath, I don't know if you know that, but if you've ever been accused of being a highly sensitive person, you might be an empath. And that means that you tend to absorb the energies around you. But what is actually happening is in your brain, your micro neurons are syncing up with the person that you are connected with, that you're talking to. So Yulita and Yulita is definitely an empath because we have been chatting and just our energies just sync up. And that's why, because the micro neurons in our brain are kind of like the way two ladies can have their periods syncing up. Oh no, that's because of the moon. The micro neurons, they sync, they level. While we don't know exactly what the other person's feeling, we can feel quite a bit of it. And I tend to find that I have held on to a lot of anxiety that has been other people's and it's not mine to hold on to. So journaling is a brilliant way to get rid of that. Get rid of that nonsense. It is only in the past maybe 2 years that I have really realized that being an empath is a complete superpower because I have learned visualization techniques so I can protect my energy so I can be there for people without needing to worry that it's going to zap the living bejesus out of me. Yep, there you go. You're an empath. Yeah. if you feel it, like your heart you can feel it. You really can feel it. So we absorb that energy, we feel that emotional pain, and that emotional pain follows the same neural pathways in your brain as physical pain. So you end up suffering because other people are suffering. So it is really important to do simple exercises like journaling, like just taking part in self-care, doing things that make you feel good, that boost the dopamine, like our art sessions, like the small kind of crafts that we do, because that'll give you regular boosts of dopamine and that's great for you. So earlier today, I already uploaded in the files section of the group a journaling template that you can use. And it's just about journaling feelings, although I actually ended up making a bundle of them thanks to Canva, and I've uploaded those to Gumroad. Oh my gosh, Bonnie! I have something so fun to show you that I got from Bonnie. Bonnie, I actually squealed whenever I saw it on the floor, whenever it came through the post box. I was like, ah! I was so excited. Anyway, so if you have a notebook and you want to take notes, that's absolutely fine. But I will provide a wee PDF guide afterwards with like the main points. So you can save it to your phone or your device and access it at any time through like your iBooks or your Adobe Reader. Hey, Bonnie. I forgot how to use her computer. Oh, we all have technology brain farts. So you can sit down with a notebook, you can take notes, but also don't worry if you don't take notes because you'll have access to this file, okay? And if you are interested in booking a one-on-one session with me, you can absolutely do that. Or you can even just book a connection call to see if I will be able to help you and if we could work together. Visit clairedb.com/art and just a 15-minute quick call together, and we can figure out maybe the type of work that we would do together. So I think personally that self-reflection really seems to be a bit of a dying art. People either feel that they don't have time, they have no idea what to write, and then that fear of not knowing just cripples them into inaction, even though, if you just took a deep breath, had a wee cup of tea, sat down on the sofa and listened to your favorite shows or whatever, and you were in that kind of relaxed mode, these thoughts will come a lot easier to you. And all you need is like a simple framework to follow to make it so much easier. And there is so much insight to be gained into like examining why you do this or why you think this or why other people think this and make you feel a certain way. And I understand that negative feelings come up with thinking about things. But the one thing that I really do try to remember is that you can always breathe through the discomfort, like deep belly breathing, slowly through your nose and expanding your stomach at the same time, and then breathing out. That activates your parasympathetic nervous system and it helps you to relax, kind of like, the way cat purrs help them heal. It's the same kind of thing. So when you take a slow, deep inhale through your nose, do it for about 3 seconds. Hold it for 3 seconds and then exhale for 3 seconds. And you can just repeat and you can access that at any time, especially if you're feeling flustered. It's a great technique to help you just ground yourself quite quickly. And I know that I've said this before in a few of our lives, but it is so important that you feel all of your feelings and you don't try to just be positive all the time, because that ends up being a bit toxic. It's known as toxic positivity. So I make sure that I just honor the way that I am feeling. I might be having a bad day, but guess what? I've had bad days before and I've come through every single one of them and I've been fine. So it's important that you just honor that this feeling is there. It won't last forever. It will pass. And if you want to get better at being able to do that, I think meditation is a great way to do it. If anybody is interested in maybe me recording a meditation for you about that, raise your hand in the comments, okay? Because I would be more than happy to do that and upload it to the group for you to see if it helps. So I think that self-reflection provides so many advantages to make your life easier, because you learn about yourself. And most people, if you really look around in the world, and you will know that most people are shockingly low on self-awareness. they're like too busy, or they think they are, or they would just prefer to distract themselves rather than spend even half a second in self-reflection because they feel guilty when they shouldn't at all. They You're allowed to feel, you're allowed to not be okay, you're allowed to have bad days, you're allowed to have good days. But there's so much to be learned by taking just a few minutes each day and just reviewing what happened, the positives and the negatives. And whenever you focus on the positives, especially right before you go to sleep, that's what you're going to think about in the morning. So it's a great way to start your next day. And when you know yourself, you can make far better plans that just in life that utilize your strengths and your weaknesses, or avoid your weaknesses even. And it helps you to recognize the bits in your life where you're like, oh, maybe I need to improve on that. And dealing with those parts can be incredibly rewarding and very powerful. And you can just stop repeating the kind of patterns that make you end up shooting yourself in the foot over and over. Do you know what I mean? Especially if you're dealing with depression or anxiety issues. And I love journaling because you can also learn from your past and past events. And if, like, there are things in life that we are all ashamed about, like all of us, not one of us is flipping living our best lives nonstop and not hurting anybody and not doing things we're ashamed of. It's not possible. Nobody is perfect, and perfect doesn't exist. So there you go. And like, if you look at the biggest mistakes you've made over and over and over in your life, you will notice a pattern that you can then eradicate. And like, you may be guilty of overspending and maybe gotten involved with several men or ladies, just partners that you shouldn't have. Or hello, 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 distraction and avoidance. There you go. Is that Rachel? Hello, who am I talking to there? No worries, is this Wendy? I'm trying to remember. So if you have ever gotten into a relationship or even repeated bad relationships, you will notice a pattern. And then I think that you should talk to somebody. It doesn't have to be me, but talk to somebody. And you will realize maybe that you deserve better and that you should honor yourself by working on it. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to happen all at once. It's a slow process, but it is very, very much a worthy process. And it doesn't have to be an incredibly difficult process. Once you accept what has happened, it makes it so much easier to kind of go with the flow of what comes next. That, I promise you, that's exactly how it happens. Once you, acceptance is such a powerful thing. It really is. And if you have never taken the time to review the mistakes that have happened in your life, like that you have made, that you're kind of ashamed of, you're kind of doomed to repeat them. Like, the pattern will just continue because that's kind of the way. Like, I know I have told you this before. Where's that t-shirt of mine? Kathy, sorry, love. Hello, Kathy. You're absolutely welcome. So what was that shirt of mine, Sandra? I know I've said this before, but yeah. So reviewing the past really can help you to identify what works, like what is really good for you, and then you can repeat that, and you can do it to your advantage to make you more positive, to make you happier. And it really then goes on to help you take intelligent, thoughtful action in your everyday life. And many people are very action oriented. They avoid wasting time thinking too much. They would rather take action rather than assess. And instead of just jumping in with both feet, it can be really, really helpful and effective for you to spend a wee bit of time just strategizing, and even in your personal life. You're no worries. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can understand that. So Sandra, can you remind me what session we did the layering? Was it 3 or 4? I did a secret journaling technique. And I might be able to show you. Ah, yes, I can. I can show you a version of mine. This is a journal entry. That is how one journals whenever you don't want someone to read it or you don't feel safe. It is like a super loopy script writing, and the letters go over each other and over each other, and they go long and they go back on top of each other. It is just really important to get it out of the brain. So yeah, nobody's going to get through this. And if you do it with like a water-based pen or marker, like a Tombow, you can then spritz it with water and just watch all of the words just disappear. So that can be an incredibly effective technique as well if you don't feel like it's something that you can safely do. And what I want you to do is take a few moments to reflect on the things that you actually want to accomplish. And you can ask yourself a few questions, and you can use the answer wisely. And there is a man, an academic, called Graham Gibbs, and he really studies self-reflection, and he developed like a 6-step process to aid in self-reflection to make it easier. And this is the PDF that I'm going to give to you so you can follow along with the questions. Bonnie, that's a fantastic idea. You could give it a name on the front, you could decorate it, you could also use an art journal and do this type of script journaling technique as your background and then layer on top of it. So we did this a few weeks ago. So that pink script is secretive journaling. What was it that we wrote out? It was like ideas for goal getter habits because it was on my wall. I think it's upside down. Yeah, it's upside down. So the pink script is me journaling words, and it's just important to get it out of your head. So you could start working on an art journal like that, maybe with gel crayons, like watercolor crayons or markers, and make it something beautiful that you enjoy working with. Because this is how my introduction to journaling was, through art journaling, because I didn't feel comfortable writing. I was paranoid that it would be read. So that is how I got started, and I was so glad that I did. So the first set of questions, actually no, the first question that you have to ask, sorry, in this kind of 6-step framework from your man, Mr. Graham Gibbs, is if you are dealing with a complex situation, I would write it at the top. What happened? This is really simple. Just describe the event, and it can be one line or it can be several lines. So an example would be, I dropped out of college, or I quit my job, or I lost my job. And then the next question, or the next thing you have to answer, is what was I thinking and feeling at the time? What was I thinking and feeling afterwards? And maybe an example of that would be, I was stressed and failing my classes, and I felt relieved when I dropped out, but then I really felt a sense of dread, felt a bit lost, and yeah, that would be it. And then the next question you would need to answer was, what was good or bad about the experience? So you could even do it in 2 columns, like good and bad, like pros and cons. And just the example again would be, I gained more time. My stress levels were just drastically decreased, and I felt relief. And then the next column in the cons area would be, I don't know what to do. I don't know what my job prospects are. I'm worried about my future. And then the next one would be, how does this affect the various parts of my life? What does it say about me? And maybe you would write, my development, kind of personal and my career, is stifled, threatened, and my parents are ashamed and it suggests that I am impulsive or I don't handle stress well. Yeah, you've got the template. Don't worry, it's coming. After this, I will upload this template as well. This like we guide for you. Then next would be, what else could I have done? Now there are sometimes, like just in this example, dropping out of college is the best thing for you, depending on who you are. Like you just may be in the wrong course, and that's okay. That is all right. But the next one would be, what else could I have done? Like maybe talk to a friend, spoken to professors, sought professional help from like a therapist, learned meditation or yoga, lightened my course load, something like that. And then next would be, if this happened again, how would I handle it? And then the example would be, I would consider like the long-term implications instead of just the immediate stress relief. I would ask for help, and I wouldn't necessarily consider quitting the first viable option. And just like that's the 6-step framework. And there are other ways to do this. It's not just for a situation. So if I am feeling a certain way, so I am feeling scared because, I would write that at the top. And then like, why am I so afraid? Because usually there's another level. So I don't know if you guys have been seeing the news recently. Belfast's been on fire with riots. So I'm afraid that the city's on fire. And then why am I afraid? Well, because I grew up in the tail end of the Troubles. And then just keep asking why. Just why? And you will get, so usually you can ask 6 whys, and that'll usually get you to the kind of nub of the situation. And it really is best to do this whenever you are in a comfortable environment, like sitting watching TV, having a cup of tea, just relaxing. And you can do it in an art journal, as long as you ask your brain the question, why? And you don't have to consciously think about it. I promise you that. And where's my t-shirt? I know I've said this before, but our brains are like computer processors, and it seeks and fires out information just randomly. It doesn't have to be true, doesn't have to be false. It's just information. And whenever you think something like, I'm afraid of because, and you ask yourself why, your brain's just gonna go through the wee Rolodex, trying to find out all the information for you and start offering suggestions. And the best time to do that, and the best environment to do that, is whenever you're really relaxed. So I really enjoy just journaling. And I don't always like, I am going to journal at this specific time every day, every night, blah, blah, blah. I keep a tiny journal. Okay, so I'll just show you. This is an A5 notebook. So it's only way. I keep this in my handbag at all times. And then if I'm just chilling on the couch, like the secret journaling techniques, scribbles. Nobody's reading that, bitches. So yeah, you can just open it up whenever you are really relaxed and you are okay and you feel safe and you know that you are loved. It makes it so much easier in a safe environment to access these thoughts. So yeah, it's a great way to really get to the heart of a situation. And then when you get to that situation, there are meditations you can do to release that energy without having to relive the process. And again, if you want information about those meditations, please raise your paws, because I will record one of those for you and upload it. I could speak very slowly and get myself one of those special microphones. What's it called? ASMR. I'll do that, because it's incredibly soothing, it's incredibly helpful, and it helps you to release the negative energy that you have just trapped in a wee box inside you and just left in there. Right. Consider it done. Let me write on a post-it so I don't forget. So the release and meditation. And I will be announcing a new giveaway tomorrow. I was just this week deciding on prizes. So yeah, please let me know if you have found this session helpful. It's only a wee short one tonight, not making anything. I wanted to, yes, brilliant, Jackie. So I wanted to answer any questions you might have, because I use meditation apps all the time, but more recently I have specifically been getting energy meditations to help me release negativity. Yes, exactly. That's exactly right, Yulita. The scribbling turns into a pretty pattern, so it's like turning what we think are negative thoughts into something pretty. That's exactly right. You know that big canvas that I have now since moved and lost? Oh, it's in the bathroom. The big artwork that's usually behind me, underneath that is scribbling, journaling that I painted over and I painted over and I painted over, and I was able to let it go. And before I painted over it all, I'd spread it with water and just watched all of the colors just blend together, and that was meditative in itself, and it was just so relaxing. And Lisa, that is brilliant. I'm so glad to hear that. So I do have a few more templates, like for gratitude, maybe for people that you appreciate, why you appreciate them, just kind of prompts to get your brain moving instead of being anxious about there being a blank page. And for me, like, it's actually, I've got a wee template, and I write with every new journal. I always write my templates in the very front. So there we go. It's my morning and my evening. Morning, evening. So in the morning, I do a motivational quote. Where are we? What I'm grateful for. My main goal of the day. Oh, where are we? Focus. That actually stands for follow one course of action. No, follow one course until success. Yeah. Today's plan of action, and the reason today will be great. Then in the evening, I keep 3 awesome things in there. So 3 things that I'm grateful for. Because did you know, if you do that every single night, just record 3 things that you are grateful for, in 30 days, you will have rewired your brain and replaced a few of the negative pathways that have formed with positive ones. So it's really worth doing that. I also write down the things that I struggled with today, potential solutions for those struggles, my intention for the next day, and then something bright yellow that nobody can see. What does it say? Oh yeah, it will be awesome because. Like last night before I went to bed, I was just like, today will be great because I said so. And it was a good day and the sun was out and I was able to achieve a few things, but mostly I rested because I wanted to have enough energy to be here to kind of just help you in any way that I could with journaling. You can ask people like, would you like a journaling workshop? And they're like, yeah, nah, no thanks. But it is so effective for working through things that are just beyond comprehension at times. And like, I saw a beautiful illustration of just a lady. She's drawn in a notebook or writing in a notebook, and it's all scribbles in her brain. And then after journaling, it's all scribbles on the page. And it just helps to get it out. It stops the kind of vortex of negative thoughts, and it gets them out so you can clear your head for new thoughts. And it's just it's worthy. It's a worthy use of your time. So does anybody have any questions or any specific kind of meditation requests? So the release and meditation is a good one. Let me think. Because there are so many, like literally, depending on how you want to feel, there's a meditation for it. So like there are meditations for grief, there are meditations for attracting more money and not even more money, just more abundance in your life and developing an abundance mindset instead of a fixed mindset. There are meditations for growing your confidence, for releasing anxiety, for having deeper sleep, for having an energetic day, like an energy boost during the day. yeah, there are so many out there, and they don't have to be like 30-minute sessions. They can be 5 minutes, they can be 15 minutes. It just depends on how much time you have. Grief, anxiety, and depression. Yeah, okay. So I know quite a few. I know that a man, I'm going to type his name. So give it going a banner. He has got a lovely Scottish voice. Look for his apps. Okay, he's got a good few free ones. Andrew Johnson, without a T in the Johnson. And he's also got the energy. Basically his are all that I listen to. And I've started actually recording my own, just to help, because I found a few really brilliant scripts that work, and they have really helped me. So he has got a 30-minute energy boosting one that I just love to pieces, and I use it regularly. I also listen to meditations for relieving chronic pain and relieving fatigue. And yeah, it's very therapeutic. It really is, because it puts your brain into a state similar to when you're sleeping, so that your body can heal and relax, and your mind can heal as well. So it's definitely worthy, definitely. So does anybody have any questions or any specific kind of journaling questions? Insight timer. Ooh, let me have a look at that. Thanks for that, Jackie. I also use the Calm app. I think I've got like 5 referrals. It's like golden tickets. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but I can upload the link and then 5 of you can join. They do sleep stories, and like it's celebrities. There's one by Idris Elba, but he will not make you sleep. I find the ones on the train the most relaxing, just hearing the train on the tracks. Although there's one by Cillian Murphy where he's in Ireland, and he's talking about going from one train station to another. And I was like half asleep going, you can't go there. That track doesn't exist anymore. The things that we think of. The app, yeah. If you just look for his name, Andrew Johnson, he's got a whole load of apps, like loads of them. And I'll let me see, because it's like a wee kind of face outline with a wee symbol in the forehead. So, thoughts on journaling versus or compared to meditation? I've struggled with meditation and hope journaling could fill that gap. If you have struggled with meditation, that's all right. That's fine. It's not for everybody. Not everybody can go down with meditation. If you are relaxed enough and doing the journaling, yes, it's great for you. It doesn't have the same brain rewiring effects as meditation. I would ask, what was it that you struggled with meditation specifically? Because whenever I was beginning, I struggled with the fact that I was getting really annoyed that random thoughts were popping into my head. And all I had to do was just acknowledge compassionately, like, thank you for that thought. I'm kind of busy right now. And then I would visualize the thought as like an object. I would put it on a blanket, tie up the blanket like a wee bindle, place it on a cloud, and then just shoot away. And that really worked for me. But you can try yoga, can do the same thing. It's really the deep belly breathing. I just need you to concentrate. Like if you can breathe in slowly for 3 seconds and then count for 3 seconds, holding that breath, and then exhale, that's meditating. And you don't need to clear your brain. That's not what it's about, not at all. What it's more like, actually, do you have Netflix? Because Headspace, sorry, I just knocked the table there. Headspace has got a very lovely cartoon, and it is 10 episodes, and all you have to do is watch the cartoon and it will put you into that really relaxed state. And it's very much worth it, and you don't have to worry about thoughts coming, because the cartoon, it's always moving, and it's very soft, and it explains meditation and the benefits of meditation in a really kind of impressive way. And the way they described meditating is, instead of trying to empty your head of thoughts, it is like you're driving along a freeway and it is really, really busy all the time at all hours of the day. And then all you're doing when you're meditating is pulling over to the side of the road, getting up on the bank and watching the cars go by. And the cars are your thoughts. And you don't have to feel a particular way about the thoughts that are traveling by. You just acknowledge that they're there and just let them go. And that is why it is so powerful, because it trains you to think, and it also trains you to be able to let go of things a lot easier. Like, you will be amazed about the stuff that does not matter anymore when you're like, oh yeah, that doesn't matter at all. Why was I getting angry about that before? But yeah, journaling could fill that gap, and also yoga or Pilates, or yeah, it's really good for you. And also the gratitude journaling, that will help you to rewire your brain, just thinking of 3 positive things every single day for 30 days, and keep doing it. I have been doing it every day for about 8 years now. And if you don't want to use a journal, you can do it. There are apps where you can just, I think, although they might be paid, but there are a few. You could even store it in a notes app on your phone where it's free. Just set like a time, not a timer, an alarm on your phone, and then that way 9 o'clock every night I just write 3 things that I'm grateful for. But I do both journaling and meditation. I will do anything to take care of my brain. It is my number one priority, is my mental health, because whenever I am taken care of and my mental health is taken care of, there's that positive ripple effect out to my family. Like, my husband won't have to worry, my parents won't have to worry. Like, it's positive all around. So it's worth trying. Does anybody have any more questions before I get on to what I got from Bonnie? Oh, and is Ivana here? I brought up. So a few years ago, I got married, and the very day that I got married, I got this wonderful gift from Ivana. It was a photo calendar, and she's got tons of amazing photos in there. It's so cute. And it was just so beautiful to have on my mantelpiece for the whole year. I absolutely loved it. Hold on, I'm going the wrong way around. Just so many beautiful seasonal photographs. Yeah, 2017. Can you tell I put things in drawers and don't look at them for a while? So yeah, I absolutely loved finding this, and this is probably my favorite picture because I am obsessed with flowers. Yeah, oh yeah, cherry blossoms, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, so it was lovely. And then this wee stand it came in was class, and it was just a tin that you could close up at any time. And look, this is what I squealed at from Bonnie. It's peppers in the garden. She's a butt. Thank you so much, Bonnie. I absolutely love this. This is going right on the fridge. And I'm so glad that you were able to bring your arty stuff on vacation, and I hope your daughter was well. So I am going to give it another 7 minutes. That will bring us up to 1:45. And I will answer any questions, and then I will let you get on with your Friday, let you get on with your weekend, because I know that we're at all times of the day and night. Truly international. I'm looking forward to checking out that insight timer. My mum sent me a screenshot today of the app 10% Happier. She has clocked like a ridiculous amount of meditation time. I was so impressed, so impressed. And if you download or listen to podcasts on Spotify or on Himalaya, there are some incredible ones about just dealing with emotions, and there are psychologists who are sharing their best information and insights, and there are so many resources available in places that you wouldn't even expect. Like, I would just find them by getting random recommendations on Spotify this week, and in the Himalaya app, just about happiness. And another guy that you should watch, a TED Talk. Let me see. I'll edit this name. No, not him. I wanted to edit him. Edit, there we go. Please make sure I spell this right. His name is Johan Hari, and he has got a few wonderful talks and books about mental illness and addiction, and it's a very good watch. very much worth the watch. And I might even end up having to create a document like within the Facebook group with just all the links and all the resources that I've mentioned. So I'll write down Andrew Johnson, see if I can find a few links to his, and Johan Hari. He's a fascinating bloke, so he is, and the way he thinks, love it. The Breeze app, ooh, I'll check that out as well. Yeah, if you have any recommendations for apps, please share, because I love checking out new apps. I have been using what have I been using? Gosh, oh, the Fabulous app. It's called Fabulous, and they're just sending me wee reminders every day to just take action and do my best, and very helpful. Very helpful. Okay, it's got a cute cloud. Thank you, Yulita. Oh, did you all have a happy Easter? Cute cloud logo on the Breeze app. I think as well, ooh, that is great, Jackie. So with the app Insight Timer, anyone who wants to can become friends and possibly create a group within the app where we can share our favorite meditations. That's fantastic. I really like that. So I will definitely be checking that out. Insight Timer, let me just write down friends on top of that so I don't forget. Does anybody else live their life like they're in Memento and just post-its everywhere? Just everywhere, absolutely everywhere. Everywhere, they're just everywhere. I am app for motivation. Oh, Dwayne The Rock Johnson has a great app for daily motivation. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is fun. they're just look at this. My life is just post-its and arrows, and I've got an arrow posted pointing to the camera. Yeah, taking notes, brilliant. No, that is great. I will create like a wee document with everything that I've written on my post-it, and whenever I record and upload a meditation, I'm not 100% sure where it will end up. I might have to save it as a video, but it will just look like a voice recorder thing, and then it might be under videos, but I will make sure to save the link and like make sure that document is like a wee index for it. Yeah, I can't, my head's like a sieve, honestly. A sieve. Complete sieve. Everything. And I was talking to a friend earlier and I was just trying to remember things, and I was like, I honestly, like, I can't, was it, what year was that, and who was there, and then what did we do then, and then was that this, and what's your man's name, and who's she, and who are they related to again? That is just my life. My mom was trying to tell me a story. She's going to be watching this later. Sorry, Mom. She was telling me a story the other day, and she was like, "Oh, something really funny happened. What was it? what was it again?" I don't know. You're telling me. Oh, yeah. My head is like a sieve completely. Oh, my tea's nearly freezing. Yeah. Okay. So make a document, and don't forget. Yeah, an index. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Words, Claire. Remember your words. Yeah, so the wee, like, I will upload a file or a document, because I think I can create docs within the group, and I will name it, I'll be sure to name it like journaling resources index. Actually, I'll write that down too. So so nobody forgets anything. Journaling. And that way, whenever I upload something new related to this workshop, I can just copy the link and then paste it into that document. And I will just, I'll get Sandra to take a note of everybody who's here, everyone who said hi, and just so we can tag you when it gets updated, so you know when everything's there. And Like, I don't want to spam you or anything like that. I just want to make sure that you have all the resources that you were promised, okay? And as always, oh, Johan Harry's still there. As always, if you find this live helpful and you're on the Facebook page or on YouTube, please feel free to share it, because really you don't know whose life that you're helping to improve just by sharing it and letting a friend watch. And it's incredible what we can do together to help improve women's lives. And of course, if you are interested in working with me one-on-one and working through some of your complex emotions even more and trying to reduce that overwhelm as much as possible, book a connection call. It'll be 15 minutes on a Zoom call, and we will just have a chat about where you are and whether or not I would be a good fit to work with. So visit clairedb.com/art and you can book that call, or you can just say, I'm interested, just the words, I'm interested, in the comments, and I will DM you a link to that calendar, okay? Yeah, that's strange. It might be your cookies or depending on where you are, but no problem, Rachel. No worries at all. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you all have a very lovely weekend. I've had a lot of fun today. You're interested. Brilliant. Okay. I will DM you the link, okay? Rachel, it's okay. Whenever I go into Facebook, I'll be able to see you. So don't worry about that. It's just whenever I'm on the live and I'm using this StreamYard software, I'm able to see all of the comments. Just you need to click that link to make sure that your name is able to show with like a Facebook permissions thing. So don't worry, I'll be able to see you whenever I go in and I'm replying to people, okay? Thank you again, Bonnie. Thank you so much. I love it. And yeah, I've really enjoyed this session. It was a wee bit of a change for session 10. Can you believe that we've done 10 weeks of these? Sandra, are you so proud of me? Just before I started doing these, I was really nervous because I'd never really been on camera much before, and I've started wearing jewelry, started looking after my skin a bit better. So thank you for that, guys. Thank you. And yeah, I hope you have a lovely weekend and you're able to get through it. And if you're not, you can always hit me up on DMs, even if you don't feel comfortable. I do not care. I am more than happy to talk to you about anything in the world, even if it's the weather. All right. So thank you again and have a good weekend. Bye. Yeah, I want to say that too. Absolutely. So yeah, cheerio, guys. Bye.